you guys? It's your girl Mama Rose, and I'm back with another video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell, and let's get into it. So this video is gonna be about two things. And I recorded part of this video a few days ago, but I felt like when I rewatched it, it was like I was reading back things. I wasn't saying how I felt. And so this is me coming to talk about my point of view from the topic that I was talking about before. And it's going to be about narcissism. But before I get into that, I'll just give you guys a little brief update. It's been over a month now since the breakup. And how I'm feeling is like, I'm better. I'm definitely better. I have better days now. And then, like, I still have my days, though, where I'm, like, really sad. But they're, like, it's like this. Like, I'll wake up and I'll be sad. Or I'll be out during the day and then something will happen. Or I'll have a thought and then I'll get sad. But it's not like before. Like, when the breakup first happened, it was days I would wake up and I would just be sad and crying throughout the whole day, and I would just be like in the house, just like, because I live by myself, and I'll just be like in my house, not picking up my phone, just like going through it, you know. And days, I haven't had a day like that in a while, like a while, but I still have my days where I get sad and I have these thoughts and I have memories and you know, it's just certain things that was said. You know, it's just stuff that does bother me still. And it, like, breaks my heart still. Like, you know, it also still has my anxiety through the roof, you guys. Through the roof. But I'm not as, like, emotionally drained as I was in the beginning. But I still have my days. Yeah. And but I feel like there's also like a lot of, you know, positives that I've started to recognize. Like I'm very it's gonna sound weird, but I feel like this is something that I've recently figured out. Like I'm very grateful to have gone through this situation, because I feel like it's definitely, I feel like I'm about to get a little emotional, but it's definitely making me an all around stronger person. Like it really is. It definitely is. And I view myself in such a different way now, and I feel like if I didn't go through this, I still probably would be exactly where I was at. You know, I probably still would have been back and forth with this person, and I still probably would have been like not speaking up for myself, and just lagging around many people, not just that person. Just like I just feel like I followed a lot of people and I didn't have a mind of my own. And it feels good to, you know, be able to make my own decisions in my life and do the things that I feel is best for me, and be able to think for myself. And, you know, I have to thank that person for showing me exactly who they were and showing me exactly how they get down, because if they didn't, 9 times out of 10 we would have been back in that cycle. But there was things that happened that showed me like this is not what you need in your life, and this is not what you want in your life, and this is not what you deserve. So when I say I'm grateful for this situation, that's what I mean. I am grateful for it, because like I said, all the positives, you know. And it's just like, I don't know, it's still difficult to believe that someone who you thought was this person is not. I feel like that's really hard too. Like someone who you thought meant well, someone who you thought had your best interest, they didn't. They were just doing things for themselves to get off on their own. I don't know what it is, but I feel like that's really difficult. I feel like, hold on. But yeah, I feel like that's difficult to realize the person that you fell in love with was what you thought that person wanted to be, or what that person portrayed they could have been, or they was trying to be. So I feel like that's difficult, and like, you know, for the most part, they promise you all these big future things and how they love you so much, and for a minute you believe them, and you start to question yourself about certain things, like, you know. But yeah, so that's how I feel. I had my better days. I definitely have a lot of more better days. I just, you know, the thing that bothers me the most also is like memories. Like, you'll have, like, I feel like this, I don't know, I guess when it's just different in every situation, every relationship is different. But when you are with someone for so long and y'all do so many things together, you have like so many memories in your head, like, of, you know, it could just be something as simple as sitting on the couch watching TV. You know, it could be something so simple that bring you back to that point. And it's just like, I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. I really do. Like, I really hate that. But I'm learning to try to like talk myself out of those things and realize, you know, a memory is just a memory. Let it be what it is. It is a memory. You did have good times with this person, and let it be what that is. But realize who this person is. Stop dwelling on the past and move forward. So I feel like a lot of times where I have like a memory a pop in my head, I'll like do something to push myself out of that, and it works for the most part. Or like you'll have a dream. Ugh, those are the worst. And then you wake up in the middle of the night and it's just a fucking dream. Sorry for cussing, but those two, I feel like for me, it's starting to become the memory part of the relationship that is messing with me. But it's all a process. And I'm stronger than I was last month. Like, I watched a video that I didn't post, that I will not post, but I recorded a video, and just to see like how broken I was, how devastated I was. I was an emotional wreck. As you guys can still see, I still have some emotions about it. Of course, I did love this person. But a month ago, like I tell you guys, crying every day, like literally crying every day. I felt like, for the most part, like literally for almost that month, this whole month straight. Like, I recently stopped, like recently, like within the past 2 weeks, like been on like a good, you know. And I also went no contact. Like, so like you guys have to go, no contact would bring me into being with someone who's a narcissist. I feel like, because what I'm about to say is part of being with someone who's a narcissist, and that's what this video is about. It's kind of like a mini month plus update, and then about narcissists. I've been educating myself on narcissists for over a year now, because I always felt like the person I was with was a narcissist, and I wanted to educate myself on it. And I feel like not even about that person. This is something I feel like a lot of people should definitely be educated on, because you can save yourself a lot of unwanted and unneeded stress. You can save yourself from heartbreak. You can just save yourself from a lot of things, because not only, a partner could be a narcissist, a parent could be a narcissist, a sibling could be a narcissist, your friends could be a narcissist, your boss could be a narcissist. There are so many people who could be narcissists, so it doesn't have to be just a relationship. But for me, that's what it was. So, yeah. And I bought this book about a year ago. Someone referred me to it, and I bought it, and I read it when me and this person stopped talking. And then I was like, wow. But then somehow I'm talking back to them. So I stopped reading it. Put it in the bottom of my dresser. I ain't touch it again since now. And that's like something that, happens, I guess. But it's called Power: Surviving and Thriving After Narcissistic Abuse. And it's by, I don't know her name. I don't know if you guys can see that. But, yeah. This is something I've been telling a lot of people. in my circle, like my friends and my family, about this. Not too many people know about it. But yeah, so there's this video I watched the other day that made me wanna actually even make this video. It's by the group. Well, the name of the page was called The Royal We, The Royal WE, and the video that I watched was, I think it was called like the final stage of narcissistic abuse, the discard phase. And I feel like that's exactly where I'm at right now. I feel like to know where you're at and to know where you're at and to be educated on things will help you. I feel like definitely realizing what it was, admitting that, you know, you fell for a lot of BS that, you know, you just didn't know. And just realizing and admitting where you're at is a big part. But I want to find, I should have kept the page highlighted. Okay, here we go, right here. I'm just going to read you a brief part of the discard phases. There's 3 phases in being a narcissistic relationship. And this could be, these stages could last years. Like I've been reading up, and there's women who've been in relationships like this, and they've been married, and they've been together with these people for 20-something years, and 37 years, and 10 years. And, you know, so it's like, yeah, I was with that person for 4.5 years, and it was long, and it hurts. But it could have been a lot worse, and I take pride in being able to say, you know, I walked away from this situation, and I'm coming out a better person, and I'm learning a lot about myself because of it. So, yeah. During the discard phase, the narcissist abandoned his or her victim in the most horrific, demeaning way possible to convince the victim that he or she is worthless. This can range from leaving the victim for another lover, humiliating the victim in public, ignoring the person for a very long period of time without any closure on the breakup, being physically aggressive, and a whole range of other demeaning behaviors to communicate to the victim that he or she is no longer important. Although normal relationships can end in a similar way, the difference is that the narcissist often makes it clear that he or she intends to hurt you by giving you the silent treatment. Listen to that. The narcissist often makes it clear that he or she intends to hurt you. That is their intentions, to hurt you. So people, things are going to hurt you. They are, because you are human. You're all into it. And you gave it all that you could, and you was like really invested in this. So it's going to hurt you. It is going to hurt you. But at the same time, when you're dealing with someone who's intending to hurt you, makes it 20 times worse. But you have to also realize this person did nothing but hurt you in the relationship. So what do you really expect them to do outside of the relationship? If you expect them to have any respect for you and any common courtesy, any sympathy, anything for you, you'll be a fool. You'll be a fool. You will be a fool to think that the person is going to do anything besides the things that they have done in the relationship, was treat you like shit, disrespect you, blatantly not give a fuck about your feelings, and all that. I'm sorry for cussing you guys, but sorry. But yeah. And so it says also spreading rumors about you, moving on very quickly with the new victim, insulting you and disrespecting you during the discard phase. Unlike normal partners, they ensure that you never have closure. And if you do decide to leave them, they might decide to stalk you to show you that they have control. The narcissist may reach out to you after the discard phase or attempt to provoke you in other ways to hoover you back into the trauma of the relationship, keeping tabs on you even after the discard phase. I feel like with the discard phase, it's true. Like, you won't get closure. This person will either disrespect you, like they said, or move on to someone else quickly. Um, and flaunt it and do things like that. But you just have to. I feel like you have to. I feel like what works during the discard phase is to completely go no contact. Like, I mean, no contact. And I feel like that's something that I failed to do in the beginning of this. Leaving certain doors open, hoping and thinking that maybe the person will finally get it together. And who knows? You never know. But I feel like that's something I failed to do. I left, like, certain doors open to have contact, but you can't do that because that's not fair to yourself. So I've gone full, complete, no contact, absolutely no way that me and this person can have a conversation because we do not need to have a conversation. There's nothing that we need to talk about. We have no kids together, so we have nothing to talk about. Another thing that I feel like helps, like I said, like going no contact is really surrounding yourself around positive people. And I feel like during all of this, I've also realized that I didn't surround myself around positive people. I surrounded myself around some people, not everybody, because like my family is there for me, and I have like 1 or 2 friends, but a lot of friends and people that I was saying was my friends I cut off and I stopped talking to because some people, like I said, friends can be narcissists too, and when you have one in your life, you tend to have more than one because you tend to be trying to please all these people, like that, so you don't really realize. Yeah, so I've definitely cut a few people off, and I've definitely stayed to myself more. And even though, I have some great friends and family, I still say to myself a lot because I feel like this is something that I need to figure out and I need to do for myself. It's great to have support. You should definitely have support for those times when you feel like you need someone to be there, or you need someone to just talk to, or you just need someone to vent to, or shoulder your cry down. Those are what those people are for. But this is something, I'm sorry, people, as much as it hurt, this is something you have to do for yourself. And for the most part, by yourself, it's going to be very lonely. It's going to be very hard. It's going to be very emotional. It's going to be very difficult. It's going to be very stressful. You are going to feel like you are bipolar because you are going to have good days. You are going to have bad days. You're going to have days where you're laughing, and then the next 3 days you're crying. But I do believe at some point you get better. You get over it. You fall in love. You fall out of love with what you thought the person was. Because and maybe in a way you're not even in love with that person. You're in love with that person pretended to be. You're not in love with that person, because if you were, I don't know. I can't say that because I don't know. But I'm thinking maybe you're not in love with the person that they are, because if you was in love with them for who they were, you would still be with them. You would be able to take all that bull. But maybe you're just in love with the person that they pretended to be, I don't know. But yes, another thing I do, I write in my journal. Get a journal, you guys, and write in it every day. I promise you, you are going to look back into this journal and you are going to be so proud of everything you have accomplished and how far you have came and how much strength you have and how smarter you are and how you let all this toxicness out your life. You are going to be so happy. Another thing that works is listening to music. I've been listening to a few certain songs. I listen to them every day, like every day. I have like a few I listen to every day, but then I have like a playlist that I will put on when I go walking or when I come home. And these songs help me. They uplift my spirits. They speak to me. They let me know, I'm doing the right thing. Another thing, not seek help, but get a therapist or join a support group. Sometimes speaking to people all over the world, I feel like with the support groups, speaking to people from all over the world, from different states, different countries, men, women, it helps because it's like it lets you know that you're not crazy and that this is real and that everyone goes through it. And I feel like for the most part, for me, speaking to certain men, about it and seeing men going through it, it's different, and it's good to know, like, there are some men who could talk to you about things and not be biased and not be controlling and not be assholes and not say what they want to say. You know, that's good. Go exercising. If it's walking, if it's jogging, if it's going to the gym, get your headphones, put your sneakers on, and do it. Ladies, 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 do it. It will feel so good. Another thing I've been doing that's been helping, excuse me, when I come home, even though I'm doing ketos and I'm not really supposed to be drinking wine, but I'll give me a cup of wine once in a while, and I'll play my music, and I'll be in my house literally just dancing or sitting here just listening to music, and that helps me a lot. That helps me a lot. Go out with your friends. Go out with your friends. But do things you didn't do, like things you want to do. Like, I want to form a book club. You know, do things like, just do things, ladies. But yes, you have to, because this is going to be a hard fight. This is going to be a hard fight. Dealing with a narcissist is one of the hardest things I feel like I've ever done in my life so far, in my 28 years of living. I would have still talked to both of the guys that I did in my life. I would have, because when I started talking to both of them, they both were really nice guys. But it was a lot of red flags that I chose to ignore, but I didn't know what they really were. So had I been educated on it, I would have still talked to them, yes, but I wouldn't have stayed in both relationships as long as I did, especially the second one. I just wouldn't have. That's just being honest. That's just being, knowing what I know now. Had I known that 4 years ago, I would have definitely still given him a chance, but I wouldn't have stayed with him that long, because I would have known that, okay, this is going to be a cycle, and yeah, it's time for me to just exit, But that's all I really have to say. I would touch more on the topic of narcissists later on. I had to get this out because it was just on my chest and on my mind. And I thank you guys for watching. Peace.